Alright, this is week 5 of me applying to software engineer jobs. I'm about to go on a call. This is round 4 for a tech company here in New York. The call's in 4 minutes, so I need to set up. I am going to go on my call now.
I gotta take some time to grow, but without you I'm miserable. I think I got too comfortable. We could take it to the day that I saw you on your way to the top.
Right now, I'm interviewing with another company. This interview came from a referral. I do like this company. It's a big company. I have a second round with them right now. It's gonna be a technical screening. And then if this goes well, there's only one more day of interviews. I could potentially have 2 final rounds next week if this current interview goes well. All in all, the job hunt has been pretty nice to me, honestly. I guess the market's opening up. Don't know why I'm getting so many more interviews than I did last year. Here we go.
Look at me, water receipts, it's time to grow. I get out of control when I'm alone. If you can make it with me, you can make it on your own. So quit the bullshit and playing on my phone. We just need some time. Keep watching, let it all unwind. You get yours, of course I get mine. And in the end, everything will be fine. That's by design. Well, now I'm tripped, but I slip, I fall. Sleep all day, maybe miss your calls like I've been missing you. Still I continue tied up and tripping. I'm making the wrong decisions and you sick of it all, but don't leave me.
This week is hopefully going to be the last week of my job hunt. This last one is going to be called Systems Designs, and if you're unfamiliar with software engineering, for front end specifically, they would ask you questions like, how would you go about building a chat app? Or how would you go about building Instagram? It's not going to be anything coding related. It's just more like talking about the high level structure. They basically just want to test how you think about a problem like this. Final round for company 1, and then tomorrow, there is another company that I've been interviewing whose process has been much faster. I've only been interviewing with company 2 for maybe like 7 to 10 days, and I'm already scheduled for a final round tomorrow and Thursday. I wasn't the most confident coming back into job hunting, especially being out of full-time software engineering work for the past 3 years. I know I have been building ratemydorm.com, but at 27, I wasn't sure how they were gonna interpret having a personal project like Rate My Dorm as my last full-time experience for the past 3 years. But it was great because both companies, all the recruiters, all the interviewers, they were actually quite interested in what I built with Rate My Dorm. A lot of the frameworks and the technologies that I use in Rate My Dorm are right in line with what they're looking for in their roles. Since I'm going in person for this interview, I got a new fit. I got a new shirt and new shoes. These pants I've always had. I got them from Nordstrom. But this shirt is from Rag & Bone. I like it a lot. A little formal, polo style. And then I got these shoes from All Saints, dress shoes. With some of my work being in software engineering and other work in creative stuff, I got this new second desk for my bedroom so that I could separate my work better. The desk is still empty though, and I love a good monitor. I want to thank LG for sponsoring this video and sending over the LG MyView UltraWide monitor. First impressions on this monitor is that it's huge. The screen is 34 inches, ultra-wide, 21:9 panoramic cinema, so it's 34% wider than a 16:9 display with an 1800 R curve. This is a really nice feature because I don't just work on monitors, I usually watch YouTube videos or shows on them too. So now with this, I'm able to watch movies at a 21:9 aspect ratio, and with the curve on top of that, it actually kind of feels like I'm at the movies. So a typical day in the life is that I wake up and plug my laptop to my monitor. I check emails, do some coding. I'm the type of person to have multiple windows open at the same time, so the built-in screen split function is a really nice touch to add to complement all the additional screen space. But something I've never been able to do before is plug in my Nintendo Switch to my monitor. Now when I'm looking to take a little break, I can play Super Smash Bros. Right at my desk. Thanks to WebOS 23, there's built-in access to Netflix, Prime Video, the Apple TV app, Disney+, HBO Max, and access to over 300 plus free LG channels. Last thing I want to mention is the LG Magic Remote. On top of the usual app navigation, I can also speak into it. Open Disney+.
Going to Disney Plus app.
So thanks LG, and check out the LG MyView UltraWide monitor. Yesterday's interview was in person. It was in an office in Soho. This is company 1. I actually really liked the office. I really liked the location. I can't really dwell on company 1 too much because right now I'm at a WeWork about to do a final round for company number 2. Company 2 is the one whose process was really fast. So for their final round, it's broken up into 3 parts. It's going to be an hour right now for systems design. Hopefully this is the end and I get at least 1 offer. It's gonna start in about 30 minutes, so I got here a bit early. I also got my coffee, starting 20 minutes. Let's go.
Now I'm tripped, but I slip, I fall. Sleep all day, maybe miss your calls like I've been missing you. Still I continue tied up and tripping. I'm making the wrong decisions and you sick of it all, but don't leave me. don't leave me, because it feel too good to be easy. Yeah, it's been a while and I'll leave it there for now. Shit, I'll probably make it better when you see me.
I just had lunch because in about 20 minutes I have round 2 for the finals for company number 2. I think my systems design round 2 hours ago was just a little bit rough. I don't think I was the most coherent in my ideas. Hopefully rounds 2 and 3 I can make up for that. I will say that it has been nice having a goal that I've been working toward lately and seeing the goal come closer and closer. So that's been nice. Honestly, just excited for the next chapter. I think in general, I'm a pretty low-key guy. I also think that I'm getting older. You guys are getting older. I don't think anyone in general would want to necessarily share their life on camera for the rest of their life, right? With my CS degree, with my coding skills, and with my, my love for coding as well, I'm looking forward to this next chapter, and I'm kind of just future-proofing myself. I'll still be posting on YouTube, on Instagram, but in terms of my full-time income, I want it to be from software engineering. All right, wish me luck. 15 minutes, let's go.
I gotta take some time to grow, but I don't wanna let you go. How did we get too comfortable?
Okay, so I just finished up all my interviews this week. Those final rounds are pretty hard. No longer interviewing. All I have to do now is wait for the 2 companies to get back to me. And yeah, if I get one offer, I think I'd be quite happy. I'm gonna just answer some questions from my Instagram story. These are questions about the job hunt, software engineering, for people who might find this helpful because some of you guys are also job hunting. How do you study for lead code questions? Are the questions in the interview the exact same? So software engineering as a whole has different categories. For example, there's front end, there's back end. Usually in interviews for both back end engineering and front end engineering, companies will ask just questions straight from lead code. But a more modern approach to front end engineer interviews specifically would be that they don't even touch lead code questions at all. Not every company does this, but it just so happens that the 2 companies I'm interviewing with do have a more modern approach to their front end interview. So they didn't ask me any algorithmic questions. They asked like build something with React, very practical web dev questions, which is something that I'm more comfortable and stronger at for sure. I find lead code questions so hard. I don't know how you guys do it. What kind of questions did the recruiter ask you about when talking about Rate My Dorm? Like I said earlier, I was a little bit worried having Rate My Dorm in my resume for the past 3 years. Companies can either see that as a good thing or bad thing. Bad thing is because I haven't worked in a team or in a traditional company in a long time, kind of just having my own app. That might be a downside in your application, but it could also be seen as a good thing. For example, me building a full website with a full tech stack with like Next.js, Firebase, whatever. It shows skills in leadership in a technical project. It shows that I could be a good self-learner because I didn't have any senior devs to ask questions to. It just depends on the company, and it just so happens that, Rate My Dorm was a positive thing rather than a negative thing in my interviews. So the questions that they were asking me were pretty much generic questions. Questions like, what's something that was difficult that you had to learn? What's something cool that you built? Things like that. So I could talk about Rate My Dorm technical stuff for like a week. So that was fine. I think I did okay there. Any advice for the new CS students applying out there for the first time? What is your advice to computer science students? You definitely have to put in more work than just your classes. I think the market's actually getting so saturated, and I can see it getting increasingly difficult every year. So you have to really be ahead of your stuff. Personal projects, you should definitely be coding stuff on the side. If you have an internship, that's great. Definitely grind and look for an internship. But if you don't have that, I think you could be successful by just having a very complex personal project that you can talk about, and it's using, modern frameworks like Node or React or something. Would you want to work in an in-office setting or at home? So both of these companies are hybrid. One of the companies I think is 2 days a week in office. The other one is 4 days a week in office. I would be down for either. I think I've been working from home for so long that I kind of want to be in office. I think I also do well in a good solid routine. So yeah, hybrid is my answer. Those are all my questions for today. That was the job hunting process in New York City. Like, subscribe, comment, bye.